Well, less than 1 week after President Joe Biden announced executive orders restricting gun laws nationwide, the Rhode Island Senate Judiciary Committee is looking at several gun control proposals.
And the committee is currently holding a hearing on several key pieces of gun safety legislation. 12 News reporter Molly O'Brien has a look at what is in these bills and what those on both sides of the aisle are saying tonight. Molly?
A busy agenda for the Judiciary Committee currently in session. They expect the hearing will go well into tonight. And today, more than 300 witnesses will testify on more than 20 bills regarding gun safety. Monday afternoon, the Senate Judiciary Committee listened to testimony both for and against gun control proposals. The committee is considering verbal and written testimony for 21 proposed bills. Diana Garlington, who lost her daughter to gun violence in 2011, is testifying in hopes of expanding background checks and banning straw purchases.
Without these background checks, we have seen that, these violent acts has risen.
Other bills include broadening the definition of firearms to include stun guns and tasers, a ban on magazines holding 10 or more rounds, and a ban on the sale or possession of what are considered assault rifles.
Those type of weapons with that many rounds and magazines is totally unnecessary.
But firearms community member Brenda Jacobs says the wording in the assault rifle bill is deceitful.
When you start reading the actual definitions, anything with a dropping floor plate, anything with a threaded barrel, anything that can hold a bayonet. So people don't realize that's not just banning assault weapons, that's banning all firearms.
Jacob says the ban on firearm magazines is also problematic. Last month, the House Judiciary Committee heard hours of testimony on similar legislation. With time limits on testimony and so many bills presented, Jacob hopes all voices will be heard. And hours of testimony have already been given. Coming up new at 6, we'll look at testimony on guns allowed on school property. Live in the studio, I'm Molly O'Brien, 12 News.
Happening right now, several gun bills are being debated by lawmakers, including proposed restrictions on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
12 News reporter Molly O'Brien has been monitoring the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. She joins us now with an update. Molly?
Well, today more than 300 witnesses will testify on more than 20 bills regarding gun safety, including guns in schools. Monday afternoon, the Senate Judiciary Committee listened to the testimony on 21 bills regarding gun control proposals. Senate President Dominic Ruggiero sponsoring the Harold M. Met School Safety Act of 2021. He says simply, guns do not belong in schools.
There have been dozens of examples of mishandling and accidental discharges of firearms in schools across the country. Citizens carrying firearms in schools increase risk, not safety.
The proposed bill prohibits possession of firearms on school grounds except for peace officers, retired law enforcement officers, persons under contract to provide school security services, and unloaded firearms in locked containers in cars. Brenda Jacob, an active member of the firearms community, says the school bill could be harmful.
We feel is very dangerous because that has you actually unloading a firearm in your vehicle and leaving firearms unattended in your vehicles.
Other bills being heard include a ban on magazines holding 10 or more rounds and allowing out-of-state concealed carry permits to be valid in Rhode Island. And the committee still in session will also hear testimony on the ban of assault rifles. They expect the hearing will go well into the night. I'm Molly O'Brien, 12 News.